What's going on, guys? It's your boy Gumby back again in the Pokémon Draft League Action. It's the week 1 of the ISL and we are facing up against Deebz and the Orlando Mudkips. He also has a YouTube and his channel is linked down in the description below, so make sure to check out his site as well. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, as I said, it's the week 1 of the ISL. Let's get into the battle. Let's get started. So, I know I said in the team recap that there will be team builders on Thursday and then battles on Friday, but that didn't quite work out. It's going to be team builder and battle in one video coming out on Friday. It's just better for me to manage. And as you also can see, this match obviously is post-com, as his team is already there and mine is already there and stuff. But I intend to do live commentary. The problem though, this week 1 match was at 8 in the morning, I think, for me. 8 or 9 AM in the morning. Because he's from Canada and time zones weren't quite good for us. So yeah, we had to do it very early for me in the morning, very late for him in the evening. So that's why there's no live commentary this week, but I'm sure there will be live commentary for week 2, so I guess be excited for that. But yeah, let's get into his team first. He had Mega Altaria, Infernape, Donphan, Celebi, Gyarados, Doublade, Weezing, Miltank, Vikavolt, Honchkrow, and Porygon Z. I kind of thought he would bring Altaria, Gyarados, and Weezing. Like, you know, I have Mega Garchomp, and like Weezing I think is still pretty good counter to that because Levitate, you know. Although he also has other checks to that. But yeah, I kind of thought that the Weezing and Gyarados were coming for sure, same as the Altaria. So I was kind of happy. When he didn't brought those things. Though also a bit kind of sad because I obviously prepped for those. But yeah, he did bring Doublade, Porygon Z, Celebi, Miltank, Infernape, and Vikavolt. And I will just go over the team I brought very quickly, and then we go right up into the match. I will also link somewhere here when the match actually starts, so if you don't care about this at all, then you can just skip right ahead and go to the battle. So the first Pokemon we brought is our Metagross, nicknamed Jet because Newcastle Jets. I'm so funny, I know. But yeah, we're bringing Expert Belt with Clear Body, Hammer Arm, Meteor Mesh, Zen Headbutt, and Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch was for the Gyarados. But yeah, that didn't quite work out as I thought it would. And then we have 144 HP, max attack, adamant, and 212 in speed, which gets us to 204 speed. And I'm not quite sure which one we're going to speed with that because it's like some time ago. But I think it was Weezing. Because Zen Headbutt. But I'm not quite sure anymore. Yeah, the battle was last week, and now today is Friday. A bit late to record this thing, but yeah. Though I'm not quite sure why I brought it, but why I made the 112 speed. But yeah. So yeah, we're also bringing Manaphy because I kind of have to bring it, because it's my only special attacker. As I said in the draft recap, I may be going to do something about that with FAs and trades. You have unlimited trades and FAs in this league, so I have much room to improve my team if I feel I need to. But I can't tell you what I'm going to do, obviously. I just don't know yet, though I have something in mind. But yeah, we're bringing the Manaphy. It's a standard Tail Glow set, max speed, max special attack with Tail Glow, Ice Beam, Surf, and Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball for the Doublade, that worked out pretty well. And yeah, just general coverage, and Ice Beam was for the Mega Altaria, which didn't bring, so that's kind of fine, I guess. But yeah, then continuing with Crimson, our Scolipede, Life Orb Speed Boost with Baton Pass, Protect, Poison Jet, Aqua Tail. The Baton Pass Protect, obviously to get up speed boosts, and then pass that into Bulu, which we're coming to in just a second. And then Poison Jab for general coverage, and Aqua Tail for the Infernape, which actually one-hit KOs it. That's kind of funny. If it's not invested, obviously, but yeah. Most of the times Infernapes are not invested defensively, so I kind of figured I'm going to take that risk. Because Like I felt like Infernape was one of the counters to Scolipede, like the Choice Scarf variant or something like that. And then I can protect once and go for Aqua Tail and knock it straight out, which would have been kind of cool. So let's see how that plays out. Next one is Tapu Bulu, our party crasher. Choice Scarf with Grassy Surge, obviously. Having Superpower Wood Hammer, Zen Headbutt, and Mega Horn. 180 speed investments. Made sure to outspeed everyone on his team. Non-Scarfers, obviously. And yeah, then Max Attack Adamant, obviously, to just hit as hard as possible. Then we're bringing Sneasel, Lexi the Sneasel, Life Orb, Inner Focus, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Brick Break, having 200 speed investments, and Jolly. Jolly with this 200 speed investment was sure to outspeed everything on his team as well, I think. And then yeah, moves are pretty self-explanatory, I think. Brick Break for Porygon Z Mill Tank, because like he had many normal types that got hit super effective by fighting, so I just thought I was going to put it on there, and it did more than low kick to the Porygon. That's why I brought the Brick Break, and it did not matter that much on the Mill Tank, damage wise, I mean. And then lastly we have Hitmontop, our 360 V2, 360 V1 obviously was Blastoise back in the day. And I also have a 360 V3 in another league, which I'm not putting up on YouTube. That's Don Fan, so maybe we're going to see that in the future sometime. I'm having Rocky Helmet, Intimidate with Rapid Spin, Close Combat, Mark Punch, and Stone Edge. Stone Edge is for the Vikavolt. Like, the Hitmontop was kind of my counter, more or less, for the Vikavolt. I knew I could take a Thunderbolt, which is all I need basically, because Stone Edge is doing tons of damage, and then Mark Punch is going to kill if he's Life Orb with Life Orb damage. And yeah, so Hitmontop really was there to take on the Vikavolt if it's going down for that. Obviously I didn't know if he was going to bring Vikavolt, but he did and bring it, so I was kind of happy about that. But yeah, that's my team, so let's jump right into the battle. I decided to lead up with Manaphy because I was like, it can outspeed everything on his team. It maybe speed ties with a Celebi, if he's max as well, though that's not as likely, I figured, because like Celebi most of the times is rather defensive. And yeah, the Infernape also would have outsped me obviously, but I didn't think he would stay in with a Infernape on my Manaphy, because if it was like Scarf, then his Infernape would have gone down turn 1, which he definitely doesn't want. So yeah, I decided to lead off with my Manaphy. He decides to lead up with his Porygon Z. I was going for Tailglow this turn because I calculated a bit, and then I saw that Thunderbolt from the Porygon Z can't put me out, even if he's Specs. And I obviously outspeed, right? So I can just Tailglow up and then kill it with a Scald or Surf. Surf I think I have. And yeah, then the thing would be down. So I go for Tailglow, but we find out that he's Scarfed, and 70%, that's not as good as I planned it out. So yeah, I go for Tailglow, and now obviously I gotta switch out on this thing, because otherwise it just kills me. So I go into my Bulu to take the Thunderbolt, which is my only electric with this on the team, which wasn't as good, because Vikavolt, but it's okay for now. So he does go for the Thunderbolt again, does barely anything to the Bulu, which is good. And on this turn, I was thinking to obviously go for Wood Hammer to do tons of damage. And then I was thinking, Wood Hammer, his best switch in is Doublade, and I kind of need that Eviolith gone from the Doublade. So I will double into Sneasel, because I don't really need Sneasel against his team. Like he has the Celebi as the only kind of mon which I would need it against. Sneasel obviously was there for the Altaria as well, because can outspeed if it's not Dragon Danced up. And with with Ice Shard can hit it first anyways, so that's really was what Sneasel was for, and I didn't mind losing it to the Blade, because obviously Ironhead is going to rip the Sneasel apart. So yeah, I switch into Sneasel as he in fact goes for the Doublade. And yeah, as I said, I'm going out into the Sneasel to knock it off the Eviolith. Which it happens, he stays in, gets knocked off and knocks me out with an Iron Head. So that was kind of perfectly how I predicted it and wanted it to play out. And now I can just go into Manatee and revenge kill the Doublade with a Shadow Ball. So that's a big threat gone. Shadow Doublade put work in against my team, as I have no Ghost Resist or like Ghost immunity in a normal type. So yeah. On this turn, I decided to switch out into Metagross because I felt like the Thunderbolt was the obvious play, and the Thunderbolt would have brought me back into Bulu. And because the Thunderbolt obviously doesn't hit Bulu as hard, I go into Metagross to take the Tri-Attack because that is the most likely attack he's going to go for after the Thunderbolt to hit everything on my team. So I went into Metagross, which it actually happened as I predicted it, which I was kind of happy about. I took that Tri-Attack, it does 35% damage, that was okay I guess. And I go for the Hammer Arm, hoping it would stay in, but it didn't. The Miltank came out, which wasn't too bad actually. It also takes 55%, which is all I really want. And I go into the Hitmontop now because I didn't want to get paralyzed on the Metagross. And yeah, I get paralyzed, but it doesn't matter too much. Although it did, because we get paralyzed on the next turn where we go for close combat. Now he decides to go for agility with his Vikavolt, which is like the only thing it does, right? Like it agilities and then sweeps teams. But as you know, I was prepared for Vikavolt on the Hitmontop. I had Stone Edge, and if we didn't get paralyzed on that turn, we would have done like 30%, I think, around to the Vikavolt. And then on the next turn, the Stone Edge, where he agilitates, where he uses agility, the Stone Edge would have killed. But the problem is, we missed the Stone Edge. So now I was happy that I got parried on the close combat, because if I didn't get parried on the close combat, I would have been at -1. And the Thunderbolt actually would have been able to knock me out. So I was kind of happy that I got parried. Still a bit salty, obviously, that the Stone Edge missed. But it's the game we play. So on this one, he obviously goes for Thunderbolt to do 70%. I go for another Stone Edge, and I miss again. And this really is a bummer. Okay, now so I go for Mark Punch, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, this really was a bummer. The Stone Edge did like, I think it did around 80% because I was max attack adamant, obviously. So yeah, it really was kind of bummer that both those Stone Edges missed, obviously, because after one life optic, Stone Edge and Mark Punch, Vikavolt was dead. It was definitely dead, and I don't obviously know how the match would have turned out if the Vikavolt would have been gone, if he was left with Miltank, Porygon, Infernape, and Celebi. But I feel like I had a pretty good matchup against those 4 Mont with the rest of my team, so yeah, but again, I don't know how it would have played out without the hacks, or like without the bad RNG for me. But again, it's the game we play, it's totally okay. What happens now from this point, the Vikavolt is going to sweep through my team, it's going to T-Bolt the Hitmontop, it's going to... Actually, this turn was kind of important as well. I should have gone for Poison Jab with Scolipede on this turn, because the Protect was so obvious, rather. Because with one speed boost up, I would have been able to outspeed the Vikavolt again, and that way I could have killed it with a Poison Jab, or like brought it in range at least with a Poison Jab, and then I could have maybe lived another day. But I went for Protect, which was the bad play in this situation. If I would have gone for Poison Jab, it would have gone down. I don't know if the Vikavolt would have died on that turn, but it definitely was my play to make, because obviously he goes just for another agility and goes to +4 in speed, and now it definitely outspeeds everything on my team. I try to go for the sneaky double Protect, but it doesn't work out for me. So Scolipede goes down, in comes Metagross, also gets blown back by a Thunderbolt and dies. And next in comes Manaphy, which obviously also dies. Would have died without anything else either way. And then comes in the Bulu. I was sure he would have Bug Buzz on his team as well, but it turns out he has HPIs. So we even live a hit and get another kill with Wood Hammer. which really didn't matter too much. Now it's just 4-0. If he could have switched out as well to like Celebi, I guess, and take the hit, or Infernape and take the hit, or Miltank and take the hit, and then could have 5-0'd me. So I guess that was kind of cool that he gave him that one kill as well. But yeah, we lose the first week 4-0 because of bad RNG, I guess. Because again, I don't know. I feel like I had a good matchup against the last 4 Pokemons he had, being the Porygon Z, Celebi, Infernape, and the Miltank. But yeah, again, it's Pokemon. I'm not mad or anything. It's just the game we play. We can just hope that it gets better for us in the second week. And yeah, my name's Gumby. Thanks for watching, and all the links obviously down below in the description below. If you have constructive criticism, as always, leave it down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week on Friday as well for the week 2 of the ISL. And until then, have a nice week. Bye!